Master Wings Publishing. Books that inspire, educate, and last. Hi, welcome to the Master Wings Publishing podcast. I'm Sonya, Associate Publisher, here with Jeff, our business manager.
Hey, Sonya. Great to be here with you. I'm really excited to introduce listeners to our publishing program.
I'm glad to have you here too. I think there's a lot of fun things that we have to say about Master Wings. So let's get into it. Master Wings is a organization that was founded in 2012 by Jennifer Pritzker. It's an extension of her desire, her intent to protect and connect communities through history, to have storytelling be a tool and an asset to the community around us. Over the years, we've published many different titles from a wonderful collection of authors that have really inspiring stories to share about overcoming obstacles, about empowerment, about things that we haven't really paid much attention to in the past that are worth a second look. In today's world, publishers like us play a really vital role. We can take risks, we can highlight all voices. We can bring readers books that matter, ones with depth, accuracy, staying power.
So true. I really like that we champion what's important while also nurturing authors with purpose and passion.
Yeah, that's what drives us here at Master Wings. We believe in books that connect people to bigger stories and lasting ideas. If you love learning, questioning, and discovering voices that might otherwise go unheard, this is the place for you. Jeff, do you want to know? I don't think you've heard, we've gone over specifically in the past where the name Master Wings comes from.
Oh, yeah. I would love to know that.
You and everybody listening, right? Yeah, Master Wings, it's actually related to the parachutist military badge, which is like a badge that you can receive in the United States Armed Forces. You get it after you do like 65 jumps. And there's all sorts of criteria that are involved, but generally you have to be excellent in character and efficiency. You have to be qualified. You have to be in charge. And that is the sort of energy that we try to put forward here at Master Wings.
They're saying it's important that we land on our feet.
Yeah, exactly. To entertain, to add to the historical record, to be qualified, communicative, all of those wonderful things. I thought maybe it would be a neat idea to start by sort of talking about some of our favorite titles in the Master Wings catalog. Do you have a particular favorite? Not to ask you to choose favorites, maybe one of your favorites from the Master Wings catalog?
Just like children. No,
Yeah.
all books are good, but some books you just resonate more with. Well, my first exposure was with the Monroe Building book, and I just thought, as a coffee table book, it excels. It's just beautiful. Photographs are amazing, and then when you read the story intertwined within, you see it's so much more than just a coffee table book. Like the history of Chicago is evident through the pages, the pictures of people originally when they built this building, and then later on when uh, it was restored.
Yeah.
And then having the opportunity to visit that building, since that's our office, and just to see it in person, I mean, it made the images in the book just that much more impactful.
Yeah, you can hold it up and be like, "Oh yeah, that's that tile." Right, yeah, it's really it's a book that only Master Wings could have published because we have all that insider information about the restoration process and all of the details that went into it. It's a really important piece, I feel, of Chicago legacy and an insider information, and I'm also really, I really adore that book too. We have another architecture book in our catalog too. Do you like that one, Jeff?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you could say no if you want.
I'm reaching for it. Well, I'm gonna like all these books. I feel like that's my job, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I'm
it's
talking,
serious.
yeah, of course, of the Frank Lloyd Wright's $10,000 Home, the Bach House book.
I know, like as a student of just U.S. history. I should know more about Frank Lloyd Wright, but I really don't. Am I going to find that when I read this book, you'd say?
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I think you get a good dose of US history, but the interesting thing about Frank Lloyd Wright, which I'm sure many people know, is that he draws a lot of his inspiration from places outside the US as well. And so I think one of the things that this book does really nicely is pull all of those threads together to how Wright reached this very sort of iconic American architecture through all of these international influences as well. Um, yeah, there's some photos and maps and details in that book that aren't present anywhere else. And I think that makes it a real treasure.
So true. How
Do you
about
wanna
for
ask-
you? Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite or one that comes to mind immediately?
I mean, it's hard. It's very mean of you to ask me to pick a favorite, even though I asked you to pick a favorite. But I
I'm
think
sorry, it won't let it happen again.
yeah, we're just doing this for one episode, right? I think if I were to pick a title that was maybe the most personally impactful for me, it would be Lita and Jean, Memoirs of Two Generations of Military Women. It's a book, it's written by a mother and daughter duo. They're both military women, talks about service and survival, and it's funny. There's family stories. It was impactful for me in that the lessons that they tried to impart throughout the book, I mean, it worked. They impacted them on me. I think Lita and Jean they've gone through a lot in their life and they've overcome so many things through self-advocacy by speaking up for themselves and for each other and for other people that need it. And it's a lesson that I have personally taken to heart. There's one part in the book where Lita, who's Jean's mom, they're at a medical appointment. They're talking about this procedure that they want to do to Jean, and Lita sort of interrupts the sort of swell of just like pushing everybody along in it to be like, so have you done this procedure before? Are you an expert in it? What are your qualifications? And the guy's like, oh, I haven't actually I've done this before. I don't, this will be my first time. She's like, okay, all right. Well, we're going to look somewhere else and do something else. And just sort of being willing to speak up and ask questions and take things in other directions in that manner, I think is really important and valuable. And so I really enjoy Lita and Jean, and I think other people would as well. We do a lot of different genres here, right? But what would you say is consistent across all of them?
There's definitely an air of authenticity when you look at each and every one of these books. The people that come forward and
Mhm.
tell these stories have a truth to be told, and it's evident.
Yeah,
Even when we transition to some of the fiction,
yeah,
you can see that the facts help define the story as much as the characters themselves.
yeah. We have some historical fiction in our catalog, like you said, one of which is Harold Coyle's Other Side of the Wire. And at the back of that book, it's historical fiction, but there's a whole section of reference of here's all of the actual historical information that you can, learn about or dig deeper into that's present in this book. I think that you're very right to say that there's a commitment to accuracy, to telling a story that adds to the record in a way that is entertaining but also correct.
Again, 2 new titles coming from Harold Coyle, the author of that Other Side of the Wire, and those are set in the, early days of the country that we live in, and they're just fascinating and conveniently about, around the time here of our 250th anniversary as a
Yeah.
country. Not
Yeah, No Small Thing, a novel of the American Revolution, and Savage War of Empire, a novel of the French and Indian War. We'll dig into those a little bit further and some of the other titles in the catalog in episodes to come.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and, we hope that you guys found this elucidating, interesting, you're excited to be a part of this ongoing conversation that we're having about the storytelling, history, and inspiration that we've got going on here at Masterwings. And until then, you can follow, you can subscribe, you can rate, you can share, and even more than that, you can keep learning, keep exploring, and keep the spirit of storytelling alive.